Today we're going to take a look at the GoPro Hero 10 versus a DSLR, and specifically in a vlogging setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my setup for my GoPro Hero 10, and I'm going to show you my setup for specifically my Canon M50, and we're going to see what they look like. So let the battle begin. Okay, so in this test I'm trying to keep the cameras as equal as possible. So on the left, well, in front of me here, so let's say on your left is going to be the GoPro Hero 10, and then on my right here that I'm looking at right now is the Canon M50. So it's typical Irish day where it's warm, but it's cloudy, and it's very windy here in Ireland at the moment. Well, I'm actually down in Kerry right now. So I'm going to take a walk, and this will be an example as if you were walking and talking, hence vlogging. So we're going to see what they look like. So the pictures, straight away out of both of them, obviously is going to be slightly different. So to make sure that everything is equal, the GoPro Hero 10 is actually at an aperture of f2.5. Now normally the GoPros were set at 2.8, but the GoPro Hero 10 is at 2.5. So what I've actually done is I've also set the Canon M50 also to 2.5. So like I said, the setup that I have in the Canon M50, I've got the Rode Video Micro, which is got the dead cat on it right now, trying to deal with the wind. So we're going to check out what the sound is like on both. And on the GoPro Hero 10, I've been using these little tiny little wind muffs that I've put over the microphones on the GoPro Hero 10. So all of my power right now is coming from GoPro Volta on the GoPro Hero 10, and obviously I'm just running off a single battery on the Canon M50. Now, two things we're going to have a look at here is how steady are both of the shots. I'm guessing that probably the GoPro is going to win in that situation. Now, I could tell already, because I'm carrying the Canon M50 in my right hand, my hand is starting to get a little bit tired. So normally you could change hands, but because I don't have one of those machines that carries both at the same time, I'm having to walk like a zombie right now, using both of my hands out. So like I said, it's pretty windy right now at the moment, so hopefully both of them are dealing pretty good with the sound. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a look at them individually and see the setup. Another advantage to the GoPro Hero 10 is the fact that it's completely waterproof. So in rain situations, that if it rains, it's going to be a better option than actually having a DSLR, which a lot of them are not weatherproof. I'm just going to talk individually about each setup right now. So obviously I am on the GoPro Hero 10 right now, and to be honest, I've been using this since I got it, whatever it was, 10 months ago when they first came out, and I find it's absolutely, I know it's an action camera, but it's absolutely fantastic. I've used it from everything from vlogging to some cinematic shots, time lapses, night lapses, and for photography as well. And it's, you know, I'm not saying the quality is there for any of the high-end DSLR cameras, but when you've just got this in your pocket or a bag, I carry a little sling bag. As you can see there, I just carry a little sling bag now over my shoulder, and you can just throw this in. And now with the GoPro Volta, my god, it's absolutely fantastic setup. It'll just keep going all day long. So you have the versatility of different cameras in the GoPro. the obvious one, which is low light. It's a pity that it's not as good in low light. And then dealing with wind, especially in Ireland here, when you're dealing with wind walking around. So hopefully it's not too bad. But like I said, my hand isn't getting tired right now. The Volta is fabulous because I can just put it down, as you can see behind me there. We've got some fabulous clouds in the sky, so basically it'll give me a chance to use the little tripod on the Volta, put it down, get a beautiful time lapse, and just continue on, go back to vlogging, whatever I want to do. So I really do like this setup, I have to say, as a run and gun setup. It doesn't get the best of cinematic shots, but it can be a little bit cinematic. But it really is perfect for somebody that's on the move, probably using it as a travel vlog as well. Plenty of people use their camera, plenty of people use their phone as a vlogging camera, and so why not something like this? You get better quality in 4K. So the difference probably when walking with this is, you know, when I'm holding it out at arm's length here, it's a lot heavier setup than what the GoPro would be. Hopefully the camera, like I said, I'm using the Rode Video Micro on the top of the M50 right now, so hopefully that dead cat that's on there is killing a lot of the noise. I've got the ND filter, which, let's just expose it a little bit better. But it is obviously, look, it's a lovely setup. I do like the Canon M50, but as I say, it you know, it's 4K, I think, for the most part, unless you're setting it up stationary and you're going to use fixed focus, then the 4K is unusable other than that. So I've used it for shots where you know, I can basically put it on a tripod, set it at 4K, set the exposure, set the focus, and it works fine. I don't mind that, but 4K for vlogging is totally unusable in my opinion, so you're back to 1080. But look, when you're using 1080 in a YouTube setup, you know, that should be more than enough, especially for vlogging in this day and age. I don't think there's too many people going to be sitting around going, oh, you know, 95% of people are not going to be able to pick out and say, oh look, that's not 4K, that's 1080, you know, especially for vlogging. So I decided to sit now and take a break. I've come down to it's actually the mouth of the Shannon estuary, and it's lovely around here. Like I said, I might just set up for a little time lapse right now. So with the Canon M50, you are looking at, like I said, the Canon M50 itself, you can probably pick them up now for about €600-700 with a kit lens. The lens I use right now, the 16mm, is about €400. It's the Sigma 16mm 1.4. That's specifically an M mount, and the Rode Video Micro on the top, again about probably 60-80 quid, something like that. There are cheaper options that are out there, and for about 30-40 quid, then on the bottom I've got the Joby 1K Gorilla Pod. So like I said, it's a heavier setup than what the GoPro Hero 10 is, you know, to be carrying around, but you also have the versatility of obviously a better DSLR camera, and then image stabilization wise, hopefully it's okay that way too. So yeah, so that's the setup. To buy the GoPro, you can probably pick it up if you do have a GoPro membership for about €400, and then the Volta is going to cost you about €80. So right now, the setup that I have in my hand, which is pretty much form factor run and gun, perfect just to stick it in the bag, you're probably looking at under £500 for the GoPro setup, shooting at 4K all the way up to 5.3K. I do shoot in 4K, but for the most part I'm not going to shoot in 5.3 because my computer won't deal with that. Now on the other side, I have the Canon M50, and the Canon M50 right now is running, like I said, we're running at HD, so 1080 is what we're running on this, because the 4K on the Canon M50 crops in a little, but also the autofocus on it isn't very good. It's basically kind of a dynamic focus for the Canon M50 when you're in 4K, and it does a lot of hunting. So in 1080 it's got very good autofocus, facials, you know, picking up my face and stuff like that. The lens that I've actually got on here at the moment is the Sigma 16 1.4. So that lens is probably going to run you roughly about, I think, €400. The Canon itself, probably, if you were to look at a kit setup when it came out first, you'd probably pick them up now for about €800. So you're probably looking at the bones of, with the microphone as well, the bones of about €100 maybe, something like that, 50 or €60, something like that. So you're probably coming in at just under €1,300. So I think in that regard the GoPro actually wins in that price battle. So hopefully, folks, this is after giving you a good comparison in regards to the GoPro Hero 10 or a DSLR setup. To be honest with you, I think both of them have their good and their bad. For me, the ability to shoot 4K, the smaller form factor, the versatility of the GoPro Hero 10, but obviously the quality of the picture on the Canon M50 and the DSLR setup probably is a little bit better. It's going to be a nicer, smoother, softer finish. But in a vlogging setup, I don't think you can go far wrong with the GoPro Hero 10, and I do think that in a vlogging setup it is the better option. So hopefully this gave you good insight into it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Don't forget, folks, to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button below and hit the notification button, and it's going to push it out to a lot more people. So thanks for tuning in again, folks. I'm from a very windy Kerry Coast,